Hello again, folks. Welcome back to the channel and thank you for supporting what I do. I really appreciate it. Now, it's interesting to note on X, all the woke lefties who are getting all hysterical. They are frothing at the mouth at Lucy Connelly being released from prison after spending time for hurty words. Words which she didn't mean, words she deleted 3 hours later and apologised for. They're going nuts on social media. You would think she committed treason. Or I don't know, that she stabbed 3 little girls at a Taylor Swift dance class, wouldn't you? But she didn't. So there we go. In this video, I'm diving into the steaming pile of hypocrisy that is Keir Starmer's Britain. You know, the land of free speech where a mother, Lucy Connelly, gets thrown in the clink for a tweet while Labour councillors mime throat-slitting on live TV and walk free. Welcome to two-tier Keir's justice system where the rules bend depending on who you vote for. So let's talk about Lucy Connelly, a 42-year-old childminder, I think, from Northampton, mother of 2, who posted something stupid on X after the Southport murders, calling for mass deportation and torching hotels housing asylum seekers. Not her finest hour, she admits that. She deleted it 3.5 hours later. She said she was sorry, and you'd think that would be the end of it, but no. Keir Starmer's Britain doesn't do forgiveness, it does show trials. Lucy got 31 months in prison, 31 months, Jesus, for a tweet. You know, she deleted and she regretted it. Meanwhile, rapists and actual rioters are strolling out early because apparently we need the cells for dangerous keyboard warriors like Lucy. Her husband, Raymond, put it best when he said, "Well done, Keir, for making the life hell of a 12-year-old daughter." So, slow clap for the Prime Minister, folks, really sticking it to the kids. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Back in, I think it was 2013, when Starmer was Director of Public Prosecutions, the CPS, Crime Prosecution Service, basically. Before he was busy playing human rights lawyer to the cameras, he issued guidelines saying, and I quote, "If someone posts something offensive online but takes it down quickly and shows remorse, prosecution might not be necessary or proportionate." Sound familiar? Well, that's exactly what Lucy did. Deleted a post, said sorry, probably wish she could crawl into a hole, but did Starmer's own rules save her? Not a chance. Instead, two-tier Keir, he backed her conviction, didn't he? Waffling on about how he's strongly in favour of free speech, but equally against incitement to violence. Now, please spare us the sanctimonious drivel. If you're so against incitement, why is a Labour councillor who mimes slitting throats at a rally still sipping tea as a free burn? Why is another Labourite who tweeted about burning Tory MPs alive made a mayor? Funny how the scales of justice tip when it's your mates, isn't it? Now, Lucy Connelly, she's no criminal mastermind. She's a mum who lost her cool in a moment of red mist, as she put it, after 3 kids were murdered in Southport. And for that she spent, nearly 400 days in HMP Peterborough, away from her family, branded a political prisoner by her own account. She's not wrong either, is she? You know, when the Prime Minister's own guidelines are ignored to make an example of you, what else do you call it? Starmer's not running a country, he's running a vendetta. And now Lucy's out, isn't she? And she's not staying quiet. She's accusing the police of twisting her words, threatening legal action, and, get this, meeting with the Trump administration officials to talk about Britain's free speech crackdown. Oh, Keir Starmer, you've really stepped at it now, haven't you? Nothing screams diplomatic embarrassment like a Northampton childminder taking your dirty laundry to the Americans. JD Vance is already sniffing around, apparently, banging on about Europe's free speech erosion. This could get really messy. And here's the kicker. Lucy says Starmer's divisive rhetoric, banging on about far-right thuggery, sealed her fate. She's not alone in thinking that. The Free Speech Union's Toby Young called her jailing a national scandal. Shadow Justice Secretary Robert Jenrick pointed out the obvious: killers and rapists are getting early release while Lucy's caged for a tweet. And Harry Miller from Fair Cop, he's calling Starmer disingenuous and dishonest, saying Lucy's a political prisoner in a judicial democracy where ordinary people get hammered for speaking their mind. So what's the game here then? Why the heavy hand? Is it because Lucy's married to a Tory councillor? Is it because her tweet touched a nerve in their woke wonderland? Or is it just that they needed a scapegoat to flex their tough on riots credentials? Whatever it is, they've made a martyr out of a mum, and the public's not having their I love free speech bollocks. They see the two-tier justice, they see the hypocrisy, and they're furious. So Lucy's at home now, trying to piece her life back together, but this isn't over. She's vowed to hold the police to account and shine a light on the others still locked up for similar crimes. Good for her, I say. As for Keir Starmer, this'll hang around his neck like a noose. You can't preach human rights while locking up others for tweets, can you? You can't claim to love free speech while cheering on a system that punishes one side and lets the others skate either, can you? You know, pick a lane. The public's watching and they're not as daft as Keir Starmer thinks. So there we go. Lucy Connelly is currently doing the rounds with the media. She's talking to various YouTubers. I think she's done one with Dan Wootton, and it's quite explosive by all accounts. And I really hope this is the catalyst that brings down Keir Starmer, and Lucy Connelly and her family can now move on, especially their kid. It's affected her so much, but Keir Starmer didn't think about that, did he? He quite literally is to blame for this. He strong-armed, I said it before and I'll say it again, he strong-armed local authorities into jailing these people, fast-tracking them to prison sentences. Lucy Connelly even said, didn't she, on the Dan Wootton show, the judge told her, you're looking at a substantial prison sentence before she even started her defence. So she was judged guilty before she even had a chance. And that's the justice system today. It needs reform. It needs to be derooted of any woke left-wing political ideology, because that's like a cancer. It really is, before it gets worse. You know, woke justice is not justice. It's a harmful political tool to go after people, and that's not what it should be about. What do you reckon? I'm Past 49. Thanks for watching, and until the next time, Roger Trout.